College. It's a huge challenge to complete academically, and it's even tougher to pay for. Many people go great lengths to make sure they get a quality education. Some work. Others rely on family. Millions more take out loans that take them decades to pay off. We've all heard this story before. But the story I'm about to tell you isn't about an 18-year-old struggling to make ends meet while trying to get straight A's at the same time. No. This story is about a young woman with a unique opportunity.
I'm Molly Chang, a broadcast media production student at Montgomery College and a full-time budget coordinator at Achieving the Dream, which does community college reform work.
Molly is a cheerful young woman who loves her chinchillas, dragons, and the environment. She's hardworking and is always on the move. But Molly also has big dreams. She wants to educate herself.
Up until recently, my original plan was to go to the University of Maryland and commute from my house to campus and take part in their mass communications degree program. Then last semester, I meet this wonderful man who later becomes my amazing boyfriend. And he told me that he was planning on applying to Towson, which I never even really thought of or considered. And he told me that our professor said that it was one of the best schools for doing documentary work in the area on the East Coast. And without any plans, I said, okay, well, let's apply and see what happens.
Earlier this year, Molly was accepted to Towson University as a transfer student.
So getting into Towson is great and all, but if I don't make this big move, then I can't afford to go and make my dreams a reality.
Molly's situation isn't typical. In June of 2015, Molly's grandmother, Joan Ferguson, passed away. Molly took care of her grandmother in the final years of her life, and in return for her love and sacrifice, Molly inherited majority ownership of her grandmother's house. But keeping the house wasn't that simple.
As fate would have it, my grandmother had a accidental death insurance policy tied to the mortgage. And ironically enough, unfortunately, that's how she passed. With this policy, I researched it with the bank and was able to cash in on it. And with that, I was able to pay off all of her debts. And I also was able to pay off her mortgage, which is a huge blessing. Then I was able to go to land records at Montgomery County's district courthouse and officially recorded my name as the owner of the house on the deed.
So how is she going to pay for Towson? Well,
I have to rent out my house.
let's talk about the house for a little bit. Molly lives in a single-family home in Brookville, Maryland's Tantera neighborhood. This neighborhood was originally built in the 70s to accommodate the growing population of the D.C. metro area and Maryland's rising middle class. The neighborhood is cozy and quaint, with rolling hills, walking paths, and a community pool for all to use. The house is 2 stories, with an entrance between them. Upstairs, you have 4 bedrooms. Due to an incident with a contractor years ago, one of the bathrooms upstairs has been gutted and never finished. More on that later. Making your way downstairs, you're greeted by a large living room with a fireplace, an office, and a moderately sized kitchen with an island, and a sliding glass door in the back. The house has a wonderful backyard with a patio, with plenty of room for gardening, playing, or just relaxing. Molly is now in the process of cleaning out the house, and she's been digging up a lot of emotions as well as old family possessions.
While I've been cleaning out my house, it's been a lot of work of going through so many boxes holding exuberant amount of memories. It's fun. It brings back those memories, and at the same time, it's really hard to let go of some of those items but I have to. And I know that it's not going to be an easy process doing that, but I'm ready to.
Her friends are also pitching in to help too. But cleaning is just the first part.
This house needs a lot of work.
The entire house needs new floors and paint. A new front door is needed. Several electrical fixtures need to be replaced. The kitchen needs to be completely redone, save for the oven Molly just bought to replace her old one that broke a long time ago. A wall in one of the bedrooms needs to be repaired due to a badly constructed shelf. The bathrooms need updating. One of those bathrooms has an unfortunate story.
A former friend of mine was a contractor, and he owed me some money. And he also had a friend who just moved from California that needed a place to live and asked if he could rent a room from me. And I said yes. In order to repay me back, we made an agreement that they would renovate my bathroom and make it all nice and new. So they went ahead and gutted it. And in the middle of that demolition, we had a falling out and abandoned me and the project, and my bathroom's been that way for 2.5 years now.
I know this looks insurmountable, but Molly is up to the challenge.
At this very moment, all of my ducks are in a row, okay? With the bank, being able to get a mortgage, get approval so I can get this house renovated and be able to rent it out. Therefore, this lets me have that glorious opportunity to go back to school full time so I can commit to my projects the time that is needed to make documentaries and establish myself and build my portfolio to get out in the field and make my dreams a reality, and making that positive change that I've once done before a reality. And the opportunity is now. And I can only thank my grandma who was able to give me this and strike while the iron's hot.
For now, Molly is laser focused on clearing out her house and getting ready to move. She has no more than a month before renovations must begin.
It's a tough job, but I know Molly can do this. She meets every challenge put in front of her. I would know. I'm her boyfriend, after all. And I'll be helping her every step of the way. As we always say,
we got this.